Hello everybody, how's it going? Hopefully everyone is doing well. We are doing Library of Ruina tonight. I'm pretty excited. It's in the current Humble Bundle and there's a good deal on that. I'm going in relatively blind. I looked up a little bit just to see what exactly the game's about, and I played like 10 minutes or so just to make sure the audio is well balanced, and it seems to mostly be. Anyway, let's get going. It's a really interesting looking game. Yes, we're gonna do a new one here. But yeah, it's a really interesting looking game. It starts off, I wouldn't say simple, since there's still a lot of mechanics going on, but it starts off relatively simple, and just based on some screenshots I've seen and stuff, looks like it gets significantly more complex. I've also heard apparently there are memes about the difficulty. I think the meme I've seen is the difficulty spike is vertical or something. So there are just some really tough fights and stuff from what I've heard. So anyway, should be fun. Let's go see what we got here. I skipped all the cutscenes on the first one. I go out to the street, my hands in my pockets. Oh, before we start, it is Korean, so I'm gonna mute the voice because that's easier to talk over. I think the only thing voice is in the cutscenes and stuff. Hopefully we're not missing on anything else, but I'm going to turn voice off completely. It is like I said, it is a Korean game. Let's go ahead and get to it. I go out to the streets, my hands in my pockets. I still cannot leave this place. Even at the end of all this, I cannot be free. Am I not allowed to have a dream that is beyond my means? Damn it, the purple tear. Can't believe this is how she handled it. What the hell happened? What's with all this smoke? So I guess I'll have to trust her. I'll only say this once. Well, shit. I despise verbose and roundabout speech that doesn't get straight to the point. So don't try to get wordy, just answer my questions. Oh boy. You don't get to question me either. Where did you come from? How did you enter this place? And for what purpose? Well, who are you two? Ooh, right off the bat. Wait, why are we dropping frames? Why are we dropping frames? Ooh. Pause the recording here for a sec. Sorry about that. It looks like we're still dropping a few frames. It was probably just at the start. Anyway, everything seems good, so I'm just gonna roll with it. Anyway, well, who are you two? But yeah, we started off immediately ignoring her "you're not allowed to question me" thing, and it looks like it's not gonna end well considering we get interrupted. All right. Well, who are you two? Oh boy, I'm suddenly getting all nauseous. Ah, my leg! I warned you and you crossed the line. Let me ask you one more time. Where did you come from? How did you enter this place? And for what purpose? I was just walking around and ended up here before I even realized it. I have no idea how I got here. Damn it, blood's gushing out of my right leg. I swear I wasn't trying to trespass. I don't even know where this is. I woke up around 1 p.m. and started walking around the streets of District 13. Since I was just out and about, God, that makes it terrible to read. Since I was just out and about, I figured I could go wherever I wanted, so I decided to drop by Ham Pang Pang. Something they served a weekly special. Heard they served a weekly special sandwich. Anyway, I had bills to pay, got no jobs, had to make a living somehow as a one-man office. Ah! You dragged on too long. I'll be taking your left arm and left leg next. You have no purpose and you don't even know how you got here. Just who are you? Just an ordinary fixer who's hit rock bottom? What the hell is this place? And who are you? He's doing it again. We're doing it again. Ah, come on. Taking two limbs at once is cheating. Jeez, we're just getting mauled here. I'm the one asking questions. Your name? Roland. Good. Welcome to the library. We've yet to serve any guests, but then you suddenly appeared out of nowhere. It took me quite a bit of effort designing this library to ensure that no uninvited guests could enter, you see. Damn it, these limbs were all I had. I don't have any cash or mortgages to get new ones anymore. Seems he's fainted. Wake up. Gasp, huff, huff. My legs, my arms. Wait, they're all intact again? Hey, we got them back. Should be able to swing your arms and walk again. And I made a few readjustments to your body to make it a bit easier to use. Although you did trespass on my library, I also took your limbs away without your consent, so I'm giving you these as an apology. Well, that's mighty kind. Mighty kind. I'm quite patient and generous, you see. Patient my ass. Am I really supposed to be thankful for this? And your warning isn't in effect anymore, right? Nope, not anymore. I had a few thoughts while you were knocked out. And here's my conclusion. You'll help me out here. What, huh? Do syndicates these days kidnap people like this way too? Or is this one of the wings? I heard rumors that they abduct test subjects from here and there for singularity research. An acquaintance of mine apparently began jumping between dimensions as a side effect of one of those experiments. Sigh, my life really is an unlucky mess. This is a library. I don't know the syndicates you're talking about, but this place isn't a wing at least. Doesn't really matter. Whatever the case, I'm trapped here and you'll exploit me, right? Yes, I'm letting you live for 2 reasons. First, I need an analysis of how you could enter this place uninvited. Hey, Doggod, how's it going? Late night drunk me talking, but I just want to let you know I found you on the XCOM runs and I like to lurk sometimes in stream. Hope you're doing good. I am, thank you. I do have to get back to XCOM too. I also want to do some Into the Breach. I was thinking about it anyway after playing Alina, which was somewhat similar, and is my stream looking all right? It's still doing some weird stuff. It's telling me encoding issues, a few dropped frames here and there, which is weird. I haven't changed any settings. Anyway, but yeah, so I was thinking of getting back into the Breach, and I looked, and they just recently happened to also drop a massive free patch. So yeah, there's plenty of content there. First, I need an analysis of how you could enter this place uninvited. Sending you back or neglecting you without knowing the reason could pose a significant threat to the library. Well, it's not like you can leave without my permission anymore. Second, from now on I will collect books about the city in search of the one absolute book. Nice, nice. Alright. Yeah. It seems to mostly be frame rate issues, which is fine. This game's not super frame rate dependent, but I do wonder why it's dragging when it hasn't before, but at least it's watchable. Thank you. Second, from now on I will collect books about the city in search of the one absolute book, and I want you to help me with this process. Since you're a resident of the city, I expect you to be helpful in various ways. I knew this would happen to me someday. People would disappear without a trace, only to be found as chunks of flesh much later. I used to laugh at those poor folks for being careless and unlucky, but now I see it has nothing to do with carelessness or anything, huh? Just happens without a moment's notice. Don't be too concerned about your life. You are not allowed to die here unless I permit you to. We wandered into a fun time, huh? Damn it, so this was a crazy laboratory sort of deal. Do you like shove random stuff like corn kernels and clockwork into people's stomachs and turn them into walking popcorn spewing popcorn machine men or something? This has got to be the worst. I'd much rather die and be over with it all. If you spout such nonsense one more time, I'll gladly turn you into a human popcorn machine as you wish. I've already gone through so many cycles of bullshittery. For some reason, that just cracks me up. It seems so out of place in some of the rest of the dialogue. I've already gone through so many cycles of bullshittery, responding to every bit of meaningless rubbish. I love it. Sorry, ma'am. Let me introduce myself properly. My name is Angela. I'm the head librarian and director of this library. Angela, that's a good name. So what am I supposed to do? Your role is to welcome the guests invited to the library. I will carefully determine what guests to invite and write an invitation accordingly, and you will entertain the guests once they accept the invitation and arrive at the library. Since you have actual experience working as a fixer, I am sure you will be able to give the various types of guests a much better reception than I could. Another cool thing, I have not played it, but this is actually a sequel, in a very different style. So it's a different style of game, but a sequel and by the same people as Lobotomy Corporation, and it has some of the same characters and everything too. I probably will pick that up next time it's on sale, just because it's an it was already on my, it already looked like an interesting game, and it's interesting that it's connected to this one too. I'm just a washed up grade 9 fixer though. What's this reception all about anyway? Do I catch their eyes or be a waiter for them or something? It's simple, you just have to deal with the guests, in a physical manner of course. The library presents the guests with an ordeal, and books will open up in the process. The guests who have overcome the ordeal will be deemed worthy to earn their books. There's the possibility that you may die in the process of reception, but it's only temporary. You'll get back up when the library closes. No one here may rest without my permission. Kinda spooky. Do you happen to have some weird fantasies about fixers? Aren't you expecting too much from a grade 9? I'm not as talented as you seem to think, you know? That's none of my business. I've prepared a manual for you, so go ahead and figure things out for yourself. I clicked. Go ahead and figure things out for yourself. I think I get the gist of it now. So how does the invitation exactly work? Open up the invitation and register the books you wish to serve to your guests. And next, the invitation will be naturally sent to those who need the books. That's it. Sounds a bit too easy. The invitation is another carefully crafted work of mine, much like the library. Yes, think of it as a compass. It would be easier to understand that way. Ah, a compass, as in the tool that tells directions? That's right, the invitations will guide me towards the one book that I would truly wish to obtain, and sometimes the invitation may turn red according to the books you've registered. A red invitation indicates that we can be sent to the special guests who unravel the next part of the story. Until we register the books that match what the red invitation wants, our journey will be halted for a bit. But there's no guarantee that the guests will always respond to the invitation, right? In fact, there is. They're destined to come. And the guests will accept the invitation of their own will and enter the library. That's surprisingly polite and fair for something that takes place in this city. Most of the time, people's lives are taken away by others without any consent or agreement. Well, anyway, once we get those books, what comes next? This is going on for a while. Thankfully, I know, I know there is stuff coming up. I did some audio testing earlier. I haven't played much of the game. I did some audio testing, and I know eventually this ends and we get the brief little tutorial looking thing. Well, anyway, once we get those books, what comes next? The library is a place of limitless possibilities, but seriously, this is going on and on. Even I cannot fathom the infinite space and power of this library just yet. That's why I wish to complete the library by filling that space with books. And I will get in my hands the one perfect book that will complete me and my library. The perfect book, huh? I suppose those books are different from the ones I know. Kitty is playing with stuff. I suppose those books are different from the ones I know. Whoa! And we got a song! God. Ooh, we're a puppet. Ooh, boy. Well then, that was pretty cool. Yeah. Alright, choosing guests. So here we are into the game thing. Reception begins by sending an invitation to guests whom you want to invite. You'll want to navigate to the question mark to begin this process. This question mark, it looks like. Select the episode you'd like to play. Alright, 1. With this panel, you'll provide the set of books required to start the episode. Alright. This screen shows the list of books currently in the library's possession. Select the needed book now. Book of something. Continue along with the final preparation for the invitation. Alright, the invitation. Dear guest, I formally invite you to the library. The library's books can provide you with all the wisdom, wealth, honor, and power you seek. However, an ordeal will await you in the library. If you cannot overcome this ordeal, you will be converted into a book yourself. Angela. And apparently they all come anyway. They're just like, yeah, sign me up. Send invitation. Lick and stay up. When you're ready to send the invitation, confirm your choice with the send stamp. We will send. Send it. Pete. Hey, yay, more dialogue. No, but it really is an interesting world. Like, it's going on a little long, but so far I've mostly enjoyed it. Like, it's some good stuff. I like the setting they're setting up. Pete, who is a rat. Hey, hurry up and scrape them up now. Those Svi? That's weird, considering this is Korean, but alright. Those Svi goons might arrive any second. I'm doing my best here. Lenny, also a rat. I just can't seem to get a clean rip of his guts. The contents of this guy are weirdly different. I've never even heard of a body modification procedure that does this. Something's off about these organs. They're looking really strange. Mang-Chi, our third rat, I guess. Damn it, their footsteps are getting closer. Forget about clean cuts. Just pull them and take them all. At this rate, our heads are going to get nicely chopped off of our bodies. Why does he have this kind of stuff in his body? Whatever, just take them. We're out of time. Just about done. Now run! Phew, that was close. You're a bold one, Pete. Going for a gut harvest in a territory managed by the Svi. Those are the only jobs we have left. We have to climb up by any means necessary, whatever it takes. You know my dream, right? To become one of the fingers of the back streets. I'll admit, it's rare to see someone with a dream these days. Let's sell off these guts we've hauled first. We gotta prepare enough cash to offer to the stray dogs. So many different names and stuff going on. This could be our chance to join an urban legend class syndicate. Alright, time to check out the harvest. Hey, is this a joke? You sure you scraped up the right stuff? I told you, this guy didn't have a single proper organ inside him. I expected innards soaked in drugs like enkephalin at worst. These are damaged too badly. It's almost like someone already blew them up. We only doused him with anesthetics, didn't do no harm. This doesn't make sense. How could he have even walked around with these messed up organs? What if it's one of those? You know, rumors say there's a guy who skewers and threads people alive to turn them into dolls. Yeah, I've heard of that too, but look at the state of these things. Not the case at all. I hear those dolls are made by threading flesh and bones together, but this son of a bitch didn't have any scars or stitches showing outside. Now that I think about it, there was a round orange symbol on the back of his neck. I thought it was a tattoo at first, but he didn't seem like the type to have one. He was a desk-working dweeb. Symbols? Tattoos? Damn it, please don't tell me we poked the wrong beehive. Besides that, he also had this envelope in his body. What the hell is an envelope doing in a human body? This keeps getting worse. Gimme that. An invitation to a library? What's this about? Books. We can get books from the library? We can get books from the library? What a bunch of nonsense. Yes, that is a good place to get books, actually. It was a flop after all. The payment is due tomorrow. We've got 7 hours to be exact. That's too little time for another run of gut harvesting. We're heading to the library, as the invitation says. I don't know what this book thing is, but we're out of options. We gotta take any chance we get. Isn't this just suicide? We don't know what kind of place it might be. Can't be any worse than dying to the stray dogs or the Svi Association. We're screwed anyway. Shut up and follow me if you want to live. Come with me if you want to live. What was that we just saw? So that's cool. We're seeing it from the library. Fragments of the invitation process. We can take a peek at the stories of our upcoming guests. Didn't take you for a peeping Tom. It's more convenient to know what kind of guests will visit us in advance, isn't it? Besides, this is the invitation's will, not mine. That's a splendid thing you got there, man. Preys upon people and kidnaps them too. A perfect tool for crimes. Heck, if the invitation can do all that, why don't we just skip the whole reception part? Can't we just teleport them right into a room full of traps or something? I cannot do that. We can only take a peek when it has been decided that the guests are coming here of their own volition, and the invitation's power isn't wholly mine either. I am simply borrowing it. Yeah, no way anything can go smoothly in the city. They're desperate guests. Tell me, was the invitation responsible for that symbol and internal damage as well? What? Not a chance. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened. The invitation simply finds a way to those who need it. That means those weird happenings were someone else is doing? Damn, like I said, I like that there's a lot of different stuff going on. I've never seen that kind of phenomenon back when I was a fixer. It's like something from the ruins. Ruins? I don't know a whole lot either. I only heard stories of it. Should I describe it as magic? That kind of stuff exists in the ruins, apparently. In any case, we simply greet our guests. They seem to be low class, but oh well. Those are probably a bunch of lowly gangsters from the backstreets. We call them rats. Groups of half-assed thugs that barely qualify as a syndicate. They don't have money or power. They're losers who only think about making ends meet day by day. I might have just roasted myself there. The backstreets, I know of them. You do? Someone I know was from the backstreets. Well, that's nothing special really. The backstreets stretch all over the city like veins. Heck, it might actually be tougher to find someone who isn't from the backstreets. So, this is a library. Looks fancier than I thought. Could be a bunch of valuable things here. Greetings, dear guests. This is the library. And I am Angela, the librarian of my role's namesake. You may find what you desire here, but you also may end up yielding your precious possessions to us. You the owner of this place? We're allowed to take whatever we want here, right? Indeed, you may earn books to be exact, if you're able, of course. Are those book things really worth a lot, though? Of course they can be if the information they hold is valuable. Mang-Chi, beggars can't be choosers. We gotta cling on to anything we can find. May you find your book in this place, then. Alright, we have librarian info. Up here you can see some bare information about the librarians who will participate in the reception. Looks like here. In this section you can view detailed information about the selected character. Underneath you can check the list of combat pages, cards, the selected character will use in the reception. All the details. Info on the guests that have accepted the invitation to the library is shown here. In this section you can view detailed information about the selected character, so same thing. Underneath you can check the list of combat pages, cards, the selected character will use in the reception. Lights, camera, action! Select this bar or press the relevant button to start the battle when you have finished viewing all available information. Alright. So we've got remaining acts. Floors available. Not quite sure what that is yet. We've got like their health, stagger, speed dice. Well, as it looks like, yeah, resistances and stagger resistances, their dex. We'll just figure it all out. Can we modify our deck? It looks like we can. Do we have everything in here? It looks like... Oh, there's an evade here too. I think we're good as is. How do I get out of here? Key page, none. Is it just quit here? Menu is escape. Nope, quit. All right, there we go. All right, let's get started. What are combat pages? The text describes the ability of the page, usually activated upon use. In combat, 3 types of offensive dice exist, each corresponding to a different damage type. Slash, pierce, blunt. The ability of an action die written on its right may activate when the die is played based on its condition. Most abilities activate when the attack hits the target or the die wins a clash against an opposing die. During battle, using combat pages needs a resource called light. The amount of light a character currently has is indicated by the number of yellow icons above them. Scene 1. When the scene begins, press the spacebar to roll the speed dice. And let's turn this off, I think. Quick mode. When quick mode is off, dice will be rolled manually. Yeah, let's do that for now so we can see what's going on. Tremble in the eternal pits of fear. Felt like throwing a cool one-liner. So yeah, it looks like we get like various things. They're all saying stuff. Shoot, I got rid of those, but that's fine. Don't look down on us just because we're rats. All right, and what do we got here? Roland, team emotion level, and we have, that's cool. I think this is loot here, so I'll be interested to see this as we get into more fights and stuff. But it looks like we get Book of Rats, 3 copies from each of them, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, let's go. Speed dice. A higher speed value offers the following advantages. If the enemy's speed is lower than yours, you can redirect their attack to you. Characters with higher speed values will act first. Please select the speed dice on a librarian. Alright. This is the librarian's hand of combat pages, aka cards. Please select one of them. Alright, this is where it gets a little weird. Alright, what do we got here? This guy's coming in with 1 to 2. This guy's coming in with 1 to 1. This guy's coming in with 1 to 2. So not a whole lot of damage. List of effects applied during this battle. I don't know what that means. Emotion coins, stagger resist, HP. Here's our resistances. So we're very weak to blunt, weak to pierce, and normal against slash. Let's see, was there something else I wanted to do? No. Anyway, so yeah, let's see what we got here. We've got an evade and a block. So this is nice and defensive. We could do that. We could just try to blast someone with pierce, heavy pierce, and then defend. Is someone weak to slash? Yeah, this guy is fatal slash, so we could just try to blast this guy away. It's not a bad call. We take a little bit of damage, but I'm not super worried. Now select the speed dice of an opposing character to target them with the attack. Quick mode. By pressing Q or clicking on the icon, you can toggle quick mode. In quick mode, the action dice are rolled automatically. When quick mode is off, the player must manually roll the action dice in each engagement by clicking or pressing space. I'm going to leave it on normal mode, not quick mode, at least for a while, until we get used to how it's all playing out. With this ability, you can automatically fill the librarian's speed dice with the combat pages in their hand. Targets are randomly determined. This makes the battle proceed quicker at the cost of precision and strategy. No thanks, why would I do that? These are visual indicators showing who the librarians and guests are currently targeting for attack. Toggle them by pressing 1, 2, 3 enemies, clashes, librarians on the keyboard, or by clicking on the icons. By pressing the spacebar or clicking on the icon after the speed dice have been rolled, you can begin the combat phase. There's a ton going on here, and like I said, it starts off relatively simple and then gets actually crazier from here from the screenshots I've seen. So we can see who's targeting who. Show clashes, show librarians. I don't know what we want to see. Like, this is, we'll just leave it as is for now because you can still see when you hover. So yeah, we'll leave it off. Let's just see what we got going on here. One-sided attacks. When only one of the 2 opposing characters has dice to play, a one-sided attack occurs. This happens when a character targets an enemy that isn't targeting them back. Or I'd imagine, like it said, when when they have less actions going on. Only offensive dice are played in one-sided attacks. The defensive dice will be retained until the scene ends or an enemy attempts a one-sided attack. That's cool. So yeah, you can keep your defense if you don't need it and use it against someone else. Clashing 1. When both characters in an engagement have dice to play, a clash occurs. This usually occurs when the speed dice of two characters target each other. Retained defensive dice or counter dice may also cause a clash. I don't know what counter dice is. Defensive is what we were just talking about. In a clash, the results of actions are determined by comparing their rolls. Offensive dice can only deal damage equal to the roll by winning the clash. Interactions between defensive dice follow the rules on the next page. Block dice. Winning a clash versus offensive dice. Completely block the damage. Deals stagger damage to the attacker by the difference in value. That's cool, so you can even use defense somewhat offensively. Losing a clash versus offensive dice. Mitigates incoming damage by the roll value. So that's cool. Even if you... Defense is always somewhat useful. So even if you lose the clash, you still reduce damage by whatever. Winning a clash versus another defensive dice deals stagger damage equal to the roll value. So cool. Cool. Evade dice. Winning a clash versus offensive dice completely negates damage. The evade die is retained. What does that mean? I mean, do you get to use it again? Winning a clash versus offensive dice, you keep the evade dice. I don't know. Drawing a clash versus offensive dice completely negates damage, but the evade die is lost. So that's pretty good. Even a draw. Evade's pretty strong. Even a draw will let you avoid the damage you're trying to avoid. Winning a clash versus defensive dice, the character recovers stagger resist. Alright, so... Oh, was that like a one-sided thing? Why did we not... Oh, because he went first and we were targeting someone else, I guess. I guess our actions were reserved, so he just got a free hit in there. Is there any sort of log here? Not that we need to get super in-depth into it yet. Well, that's interesting. It's emotion level. They get different benefits based on emotion level. Alright, so yeah. He rolled a 1 on his one... Oh, no, on... I don't know what that was. Oh, 1-1. So yeah, 1-1 on Dirty Blow. So we win no matter what. 4. And we staggered him already. So yeah, this is going out about as I wanted. We hit him with the big damage that he's weak to and just absolutely destroy him. And then I didn't see what happened there. Woo, that guy almost turned the tide and got... Oh my god. Resolving books. Taking physical damage will decrease the character's HP indicated by the red gauge. When the HP of a librarian or a guest is brought down to 0, they will die. Guests who meet their demise in the library will be resolved into books. The higher the guest's emotion level was, the more likely they are to yield books in greater quantity or quality upon death. Even if a librarian dies during combat, they will rise again once the reception is over. Alright, whew, that guy almost turned the tide and got me there. My heart's still pounding. You were fine. Hey, what's wrong? You aren't dead for real, are you? Just don't be a nuisance. Lenny's like, hey, what's wrong with you? Guess I was just a fool who dreamed too big. Kind of sad. And then we go here to roll again. We got outnumbered this time. We got 1-2 damage and 1-2 damage, both pierce, which we are weak to, it looks like. Yeah. All right. Let's try the evade. Let's see how this goes. Who's weak to slashing? You. So let's do something like this. If this works how I think it does, we should evade, reserve our... We'll possibly evade if we win too. I'm not quite sure how that works, but we possibly keep our evade die if we win, but then we also keep our defend, which should defend against this guy. Because yeah, we won't need our defend. So it'll be reserved, and then we'll slash this dude, and he is weak to it, so it should do a decent... Well, I mean, it's 1-2, so which I think is like 2-4, so won't do too much, but better than nothing. Anyway, let's see. Like I said, it's fun figuring things out here. It's a unique battle system. Cool, he rolled a 1, so no matter what, we evade here. 3. So I'm not sure what happens to our evade. We'll see in a sec. And then, like I said, here we get... Oh, it didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. It did 1 and 1. Oh well. So yeah, and oh yeah, see, we didn't evade. Can you only use... Maybe evade is only for that same encounter? I don't know, but yeah, so we did save our defense like I wanted. So yeah, still pretty much went how I was expecting, but that evade did seem to disappear. All right. What do we got now? 1 to 2 with an evade. 1 to oh, this guy's just evading. So we'll probably go after this guy, ignore the evade. Ooh, we've got focus strikes again. We could just, yeah, I think we just kill this guy. Yeah, and it'll mess up his evade as well. So yeah, let's just kill this dude. 4, yeah, he's staggered, he's dead, he's toast. Book of Rats obtained. I didn't even see what happened there. Probably evaded. That guy almost got me. Just don't be a nuisance and something else. Who cares? Yeah, no, it's interesting. 1 to 1 again. He's doing 1 to 2. So we just have to do. Should we just slash him again? 1 to 2. Yeah, why not? Yep, I think we just focus strikes again. 2, 5. Yep, staggered. Nice. No, I shouldn't have come here. If only our Miss Library Director. Anyway, that happened too fast. I couldn't see what they were all saying. Curtain call for the reception of rats. I love the style. Like, that's just a cool screen. This game's so stylistic. It's pretty damn cool. Spoils of battle. You can check the books you have obtained from the reception here. If you have failed the reception, this part will show the books you have lost instead. Accessories to success. You can check the battle symbols your librarians have obtained from the reception here. It's time to conclude the reception and exit the stage. So it looks like we got HP +1 for headwear 3, and headwear 2 is 2% chance to boost stagger damage of each type by +1. All right. And it shows what we did there. And yeah, we got the 9 books. Very cool. I wonder, is it so important for them to belong to a renowned syndicate? It's all part of the city life. You have to belong to a group, be it a syndicate or anything else. Living in the city gets too tough otherwise. Floor of General Works opened. You can now select the floor of General Works during reception. A new assignment has been added. A pleasure to burn. In this section, you can burn the books that you have obtained. Obtain the book of question marks. So yeah, we sent out the invitation. We got our next quest here. Almost looks like, oh, you can scroll. Abnormality page. I don't know yet. But yeah, looks like there's a lot of stuff going on here. Let's burn some books. What lies in the pages? You can see what the books in your possession have to offer before burning them. These books are also used for inviting the guests of subsequent episodes, so it is recommended to keep at least 1 copy in your possession. All right, I can do that. So we got a book of rats here, which got Lenny, Mang Cheese, Pete's page, gut harvesting. Yeah, just various skills and stuff there. From the ashes, here you can check the list of items that can be obtained from burning the book. Getting fired up. Press the relevant button to begin burning the books. You can burn up to 20 books at a time. Looks like it's, for the tutorial, it's forcing us to only do 1 though, because that, I imagine, is what you do to add more. Anyway, so let's burn 1 to start. See what we get. Alright, Mang Cheese and Pete's oh. When you burn books on a floor, you'll see a lovely animation in that floor's color. I love it. They called their own animation lovely, but hey, I can dig it. It was cool. You may randomly obtain pages of that book. Burning a book yields different pages each time based on chance. There are 2 types of pages you may acquire from books: key pages and combat pages. Key pages constitute a librarian's physique. They serve as equipment. Combat pages are the cards and techniques used by librarians in battle. The rarity of a page ranges from paperback, hardcover, limited to objet d'art. Pages of higher grades are more powerful, although rarer to acquire when burning books. Also, key pages have a set limit of how many can be owned at once, which depends on rarity. Wonder where we'll see that information. Alright, so here's what we got. We got Lanny's page, Skitter away. double dodge and then a blunt attack. It's not bad. Backstreet dash. On hit, inflict 1 bleed next scene. For the scene, take X damage and subtract a third of the stack every time an offensive die rolls. I don't know what exactly that is. On hit, inflict 1 bleed next scene. Rat's Guide to Survival, also bleed. I like the mix one. So this is another defensive one. You block, then you hit back, then you have an evade too. Nice and high values too. Dirty Blow. On clash win, inflict 2 bleed next scene. All right, and then a little bit of defense. That's a good one. Rat's Guide to Survival. We already had that one. Bite Off. Are they the same? I imagine. 163417. 163417. Yep. Bite Off. Inflict 1 bleed. For the scene, take X damage and subtract a third of the stack every time an offensive die rolls. It's a little unclear. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, so we got some cards, we got some equipment. Cool. And now, yes, now it will let us burn more. So let's leave 1 like they suggested, burn another 7. And this is, so yeah, I guess this is how many you've already gotten versus how many are still left, like before it resets or something like that. Because yeah, we got 2 Lenny's pages, we got 1 Dirty Blow, 1 Bite Off, 1 Backstreet, I guess, yeah, 2 Rat's Guide to Survival, 1 Skitter Away. No Gut Harvesting though. Anyway, but yeah, so let's burn 7, and that should get us pretty much everything, I think. I'm not gonna do the math, but I think that should get us most things. Wow. So we got more Lenny's pages, so it must roll over or something, because we should have only been able to get 1, but we got 3 here. Mang cheese. Yeah. Pete's. Wow, we got a lot of stuff. Skitter Away, Dirty Blow, Bite Off. Rat's Guide to Survival. Yeah, we already got all these. Gut Harvesting. Whoa, heavy slash damage and some bleeding. Nice. Bite Off, Backstreet Dash, another Gut Harvesting. Yeah, another Gut Harvesting. So yeah, this is all stuff we've seen. Another Gut Harvesting. Nice. So we got all the cards we could ever need from that particular encounter. And yeah, so it must roll over. Yeah, because we've got 6 Backstreet Dashes to get again. Alright, that's pretty cool. So I guess we go back to the library. Please move over to this panel and select a librarian on this floor to move to the combat page list. Current deck setup. You can see the currently equipped combat pages here. This is the list of combat pages owned by the player. So yeah, we can modify our deck if we need to. First, let's see. Librarian info. Librarian customization. Here you can customize your librarian's appearance and dialogues. Pretty cool. You can check your battle symbols in the librarian's possession here. You can jump from your librarian information tab to the combat pages tab here. You can jump from your librarian information tab to your key page tab here. Key page, combat page. So I believe we got headwear 2 and 3. Headwear 2, 2% chance to boost stagger damage of each type by 1+1. Decent, low chance, but always good to nice. Tab. Stagger enemies 3 times in a single battle, so that's cool. Obtain condition, so we know how to get that if we need to. Oh, and you can okay, that's cool. You can toggle it on or off. It's kind of weird looking, so let's actually toggle it off but still get the benefit. That's nice that they let you do that. And we have obtain condition during the rats encounter, defeat Pete, Lenny, and Mang Chi, all with a single character. HP +1, okay. And what is that? It's like a little band-aid, looks like. See it right there, it's pretty tiny. We will leave that one. 30 +1. Let's see. What a wonderful collection. This is a list of key pages currently owned by the player. Does it show? said there's a max number. I'm not sure the max number. Anyway, so looks like this changes health and values and stuff. So let's see what we've got. We've got, so yeah, we got to beat 30 HP and 15. Lenny's, Mang, Cheese, Pete's. Good, they've all got the same speed dice, so I don't have to worry about that. Lenny. So they've all got. I do wish it was ordered in order of normal, weak, fatal instead of slash, pierce, blunt. I think that would be easier to parse personally, but hey, what can you do? So yeah, each one's got a different thing. I don't know what we're going against. So, oh, and they're all the exact same health and stagger. They just have different resistances. So I don't really know what we're going against. Well, and different looks. Let's do the trench coat. Will be Pete's thing, because that looks kind of cool. The panel shows the information of the selected key page. You can check the deck, aka combat bookshelf, passive abilities, and resistances. That's cool. So some will have passive abilities too. Current key page. The page shows the information on the key page currently equipped by the librarian. Set favorite. Oh, okay. Equip button. Press the equip button to equip the key page to librarian. You can see information of the newly equipped key page here. The deck of combat pages is bound to the key page. Make sure to configure the deck after changing key pages. Alright, so we got to redo our deck. I'm glad I went over here first, or we would have set up a deck and then had to do it again, I think. So let's go here, and we got to set this up. Let's see. Three to 7 is pretty high value. I definitely want, let's put 2 focus strikes in there. That went pretty well. Or we don't want to get too heavy though, so maybe we should do, yeah, let's do 1 focus. How do I get him out of there? How do I get, oh, over there. Alright, yeah, let's do 1 focus strike, 1 gut harvesting instead. Dirty blow, Rat's Guide to Survival. I forget how evasion works. I'm wondering if we can save it for someone else. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. That's decent, but I don't think we need it. 1 to 8 pierce damage. Well, let's put a Backstreet Stash in there. That's pretty good. On hit. Light defense. Yeah, that was decent. Light attack. Maybe not. Let's put another light defense in there. Dodge, or maybe we should go dodge. You know what? I think Skitter Away is just a better mostly. I mean, it's got the defend, which you can't, so yeah, it's got this dodge instead of a defend, but you can't save the dodge. But I think the dodge just ends things directly anyway. But yeah, so let's try that. Instead of the second light defense, we'll put a Skitter Away in there. Charge and cover. Rat's Guide to Survival. Yeah, it looks decent. Dirty blow. And ooh. See, I said we did light defense and Skitter Away. Maybe we do another Skitter Away. Charge and cover. Decent damage. Let's throw out charge and cover in there. And it might be too heavy, but no, we probably shouldn't. Let's put a 2-1 in. Another dirty blow. Rat's Guide to Survival. Do we have a charge cover? We do, but that seems pretty decent. Nice little chunk there, and then a decent defend. Yeah, let's put a charge and cover. And then we can, how do we get out of here? Just go back. We can save, but I think it's already saved here. Oh, can we just close? Fuck was that? Pete's page. Okay, at least it's linked to the thing, so we didn't end up losing it. But yeah, so yeah, that's interesting because you can just close out of it right there. Combat bookshelf. Select cancel. Oh, okay, so you can just go back. And good, it did keep all that stuff. All right, that's a pretty good place to end this episode. Hey, smiley. Welcome back. How's it going? Yeah, for those of you on YouTube, I'm going to stop the episode here, but we'll be right back with the next one. Thanks for watching.